continue our trail through my collection. Slowly but surely we now hit a point where we've got a system I know very, very little about, and one that I always wanted quite some time back. So this is the story of my Nintendo 2DS and 3DS collection. Hello everybody, this is the Retro Bear welcoming you back to the Gaming Pantry once again for one of these little collection videos that I do from time to time, which is probably the best way to describe it as a filler video because I've got nothing else to show off. But there we go. There we go. Anyway, hope you're well. Good to see you back here again. And like I said, I do this from time to time. I should be updating some of the other ones. You may have seen the one I did recently, which was updating a collection. I can't even tell you what it was about because I can't even remember what it was. Oh, sorry, 2600. That was it. Memory like a sieve. Yes, did the Atari 2600 one, which I hadn't done for quite some time, and I thought, well, I'll update, and I thought, which have I done yet? So I start working my way through the ones I've already done. So I start working my way through the ones that I haven't done yet, and I thought, well, while I was cataloguing, finishing cataloguing my PlayStation 2 collection. My goodness me, that was a troll. I thought, well, what's next? What was quite easy to do was this one, which was the DS. So there aren't many games for it, because I don't have that many. I say that many, you'll go, that's a lot. Well, yeah, okay. And I don't, not usually associated with sort of handheld games, and that's because my eyesight is terrible, and being crouched over a small screen like that, I don't know, it's just not quite what it is. I enjoy it now. So, but I've got quite a few of these. I thought, well, it's probably the best way to go through it. So my DS journey started. I was trying to think about this before I pressed play on the video. I'm sure it was 2020, early 2020. And I'd made mention of the fact, going around charity shops and things at the time, that it was really difficult to pick stuff up which wasn't Nintendo DS, because everywhere you went there were DS games everywhere. And I thought, do you know what? I really could do with one of those, but I thought, wasn't overly keen to get one, and ahed about it, do I need to get one? And then I didn't. And then all of a sudden, one day, one came through the door, or in the post, I think it was. And it was from Dainster. Dainster of one of the proprietors of Hidden Chest Gaming, for which there'll be a link in the description below. You can never, not mention him and give any free publicity, because they do a fantastic job down that place, really do. What a great shop it is. If you've never been, you need to go. And I met him the previous summer at the Birmingham Gaming Market for the first time, and he'd been very, very nice to me. He must like me then, because he must hate me. I think, as we said, if he's nasty to somebody who really likes him, he must really hate me. And we got chatting and stuff, and became sort of YouTube connected. And then I made mention, I talked about this DS stuff, and I think around the time I was pretty sort of fed up with stuff, and this arrived in the post. So he actually sent, I'm sure he sent in the post. Sure it did. Anyway, it's just a bog standard 2DS. So he sent this through to me, which was very, very nice. It all works and everything. I'll tell you, because it's been ages since I powered it on. It's got the old stylus with it as well, I think it has. Where's the stylus come out? Man tries to work out how DS works. There we go, stylus is there. See the stylus, so we got that. No serial number on it or anything like that. But anyway, so yeah, just that. And I thought, that's really good of him to do that. He didn't have to do that. There's a cartridge in there as well, so I need to put back in the box. But yeah, so there we go. And I thought, great, finally I've got a DS, so I can go and buy some DS games with it. And what he also sent me was some loose cartridges. And this is where the collection starts. Now, what was more interesting was the fact that this was just before, obviously, the old COVID thing went rampant. We're talking early 2020. And I thought, well, I need a case. So I went down to CEX, and lo and behold, the CEX I went into, that's, have you got any DS cases? Yes, we have. Oh, fantastic. I'll take it then, if you've got one. I can't remember, it wasn't much. And I thought, I hope it's not an embarrassing colour or anything like that. Yeah. Real men have pink cases to their DS. So he bought me a pink case out. There we go. So Of course it's going to be a pink one, isn't it? But yeah, it's a nice little case anyway. So I've got that to go to Competition Pro one, just in case anyone wants to know. So that goes in there with that. And obviously inside, if you have one of these sort of cases, you'll know. I'll just open it through it very quickly. Yeah, there's like a net. You can't see because there's a bloody light in here. There's a net casing which is there, so you can put any loose ones in, and cartridge, loose cartridges, and then there's a space for your console. Let's put that out. So he sent me some loose cartridges as well, I think. I think these are all the ones that he sent me. I hope they are anyway, because I might have got these confused. So you're going to have to sort of maybe squint at these, and I'll just show you the quality of the games that's in, because I don't buy loose ones. I don't think it. No, these are all to come. So the ones we got loose, you're going to be able to see these. Hasbro Game Night 1, which I've got on the Wii. Spectrobes, which I've got on the Wii. Pattern developing. Imagine Championship Rider, which, for anybody who knows me, is a horse game, which I'm very thrilled to have, which I've also got on the Wii. Dolphin Island. I've got a feeling that some of these, actually, now thinking about it, may have actually come from somewhere else. There were a couple of loose games. Anyway, some of these came with it. Rayman Raving Rabbids, which I've also got on the Wii. And finally, Enchanted, which is the Disney film. So some of those came with it. I don't think all of them did. I'm thinking about it now. A couple of them may come from somewhere else. And that sort of started my DS little journey off. Now, I'm not sure why I wanted to collect for it. Like I said, it's probably due to the fact that you're thinking, well, if I'm going around charity shops, etc., like I used to do, am I going to pick up anything which is useful? I was getting a bit fed up. There was very little that you could pick up. You was going into places like CEX retail places, which I don't mind doing. I never least mind doing, but the more money you can give to charity in places like that, it's better. And so I thought, well, I started doing that, and then you picked a few up, and then I started going to CEX, and there was got quite a few really cheap games in CEX for the DS, and there was so much I wanted, and I thought, well, I'll just try and set a rule for myself, like I try and do, like I did with the 360. I'm going to buy the steel books and the special editions. I'm only going to buy, certain ones for this, and so it never ends up happening. And I said, well, I'm only going to buy games for the DS that I'd want to play. That's a good idea, isn't it? Buy games that you want to play. Don't buy, great tower loads of stuff that you're never going to play. Yeah, that works really well, doesn't it? So this is very much a mixture of, I started to do that, but then again I sort of fell off. And it's going to be a mixture of stuff I bought from CEX, old ones I picked up in charity shops, a couple I got from eBay, because I didn't start buying a few things off through eBay because of the lockdown and things. And there might be on gift or two in here, which I can't remember. And these are going to be in absolutely no particular order. Now, before I go on to that, the majority of these are going to be 2DS. We do have in the collection a 3DS, which Mrs. Bear, before she was Retro Repair Bear, picked up off eBay for not very much. It's a nice one, actually, very nice one. And it was basically sold as not working, and all it needed was a good charge, and it worked absolutely fine. Again, it's got no serial number on it, and I think there's a stylus with this one, is there? Do we need a stylus with this one? I don't know. It's probably hidden somewhere. No. Yeah, it's probably hidden somewhere. I can't find it. That might be it there, actually. Yes, there it is. Oh, yeah, it's got a steel stylus to go with this one. Very nice. So there's one 3DS game I've got for this base, because we needed to get one to test it with, and I've not bought any since then. It's a good 3D effect on that. I'm not a massive fan of 3D. Not a massive fan of 3D films, certainly. But that's... I've played it, and it's like it doesn't actually, screw my eyesight up, so it's really good. So, in amongst this, what I'm going to show you here will be one 3DS game, which you'll know what it is, and the rest of these are going to be 2DS, and I don't know where I'm going to put them all. And I'll try and remember where I got them from. Now, my knowledge of playing these is not great. I will be honest. Again, when people come onto this channel, they don't expect to see games being played, or games being talked about as being played. It's going to be mostly I vaguely remember this, and I think I bought this because I wanted to play it but never did, and it's going to be a lot of things like that. So if there are any games in here which people see and there's actually any good, tell me, because that would be nice to actually go, I like to try and play that one. I'm going to try and create as much space as I possibly can without knocking everything over. Just try and push that over there. So I'm going to rearrange the room a bit now, because believe it or not, even if you think about the 3DS, the DS games, sorry, the 2DS games, the DS boxes, you know, they do take up quite a lot of space. For those who saw the second games room, there's actually they've got a little section, got big bits and a little bit. Yeah, big bit, little bit, and these fit very nicely into the little bit. There's nice little sections. I can put all the games in there, and the consoles, and a few of the loose bits and pieces, which sort of fall into that category, but not quite. Game Boy Advance games, loose ones I've got. So they're nice to got their own little section of their own in the game, which is good. Right, let's go then. So let's pick these. Let's start. I'm not going to show you the insides. I'll show you the front and backs, but I'm not going to show you the insides because you don't want to see the insides. So the first one I got, because I'm a huge Football Manager fan, and this was like 50p, I think it was. Football Director. Yeah, we start with the interesting ones. People already fallen asleep. But this is the sort of game that I would sit down and play. I haven't as yet. But you know, I thought, yeah, this is sort of, again, buy the games that you're going to play. That was definitely one I want to sit down and play. And I'm also going to use this phrase quite a lot. I've used it already as well. Also got on the Wii. There's going to be quite a lot of that one. For example, here we have Drawn to Life, which I believe is meant to be a lot better on the DS than it is on the Wii. I think the Wii's got quite a few bugs in it. But the idea is you draw your own adventurer and then you play as that character during the game, I understand. Draw your very own game. Create and customise heroes, weapons, vehicles, animals and much more. Play and interact with your creations and watch them come to life. But again, you know, it sounds like the sort of thing that I go, you know, that sounds really interesting. I quite like that. I love the cover as well. Really, really, really nice cover. You can just got that effect there of actually drawing your own character and bringing it to life, as in Drawn to Life. There you go. This one, I don't know where I got this from. Probably came out of a bulk buy off eBay, because I don't think I would have bought this one normally. It's Peppa Pig the game. I mean, which I've also got on the Wii. How can you have a game collection without any Peppa Pig games? Do you know what? Bizarrely, this is the sort of thing I would sit down and play, just because I'd have nothing else better to do. I know I shouldn't. It's also quite interesting when I was scanning this in for my collection. The box, it's got the E on there for the American classification. It's actually scanned up as something else, so I think it's actually a fake cover. But anyway, I ain't so bothered about that. No one's going to know unless I actually sit here and tell you, which I've just done. I've not got this on the Wii. I've got this on the PlayStation 3. And this is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Which I went to... Ooh, there we go. Oh, fab reflexes there. Did you see that? No, you didn't, because it was down there. It was good, I caught it. But yeah, got this on the PlayStation 2. Platinum version. But yeah, I mean, it was... so that's, I think it was one of the... So that last Star Wars film I saw in the cinema, anyway. Not the last film I saw in the cinema, but it wasn't far off it. It's certainly in the last 5 I saw. I'm just grabbing these at random, folks, so I don't know what I've got here. This one I've also got on the Wii. This is one of those hidden object games. There's quite a few of those in here, so if that's the sort of thing, that it's an absolutely ideal console for it. This is Escape the Museum. An earthquake hits a museum. Can you get out? Let's have a dirt cheap game on most systems, but yeah, I've got that on the Wii as well. There's another one I got on the Wii. Blimey. I'll tell you the ones I haven't got on the Wii. That might be a good idea to do that one. This is Sim Animals, and again, you know, I love the concept of the sim games. So the fact you get a chance to, you know, as it says at the back there, run the wild. Play with 17 different animal species as you discover and unlock new forest areas. But again, you know, it's a sort of daft game that at some point in my life I would have gone, do you know what, I'd sit down and play that. This one isn't on the Wii, and probably finally someone go, oh, that sounds like a half decent game, that one. This one came out of an eBay bundle. I've got no idea if it's any good or not. It's Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. But I think it's a Sonic RPG. Select your team of Sonic and his friends to fight new enemies, explore new worlds, and defeat a mysterious new menace. But I don't think it's a sort of Sonic game that I'd be very happy playing. Not to say it's a bad game, but yeah, if you played that one, do let me know, because if it's any good or not. But yeah, that came out of a bundle. This one again probably come out of a bundle, because I wouldn't have gone out and bought this one. Again, I have it on the Wii. It's Ben 10 Protector of Earth. It's a cartoon show I've never ever watched and have absolutely no interest in, but I have thousands of games for Ben 10 in my collection. Why? I've got that many Ben 10 games. PlayStation 2, I can see that one's up there. Ben 10 Protector of Earth is up there. There's at least 4 on the Wii I've got. And I think certainly I may even have one on the 360. Why? Why? I don't know. I have no idea. Now this one I did buy from CEX because this is a sort of game that I would have gone, yeah, that's the one, you know, that's the sort of game I wanted to get, and because I'm a huge fan of the cartoon series. And I've never played it, which is Animaniacs Lights Camera Action. I used to love this cartoon when I was a teenager. I used to love the game on the got the game on the Super Nintendo. Very, very imaginative cartoon series, that one. And yeah, so I don't think I have. No, I haven't played it, have I? No, I haven't played it. So you know, I might have put it in briefly and just see if it worked or see what it was like. I don't know. This one came out of a charity shop, and the only reason I got it was because I think it was £1. And it's one of these American cases. If you notice, these are the PAL cases. If you collect the, you know, DS, you know what I'm talking about. But it's also these ones here, which are sort of much thinner, and in my opinion, much better. There's a proper area for the manual, there's a proper area for the cartridge, and they're thinner. You can get more on a shelf. You know, when you have a collector, shelf space is important. Anyway, they're going waving around in front of your face. It's something called Winx Club Quest for the Codec, which I have absolutely no idea what this is. It's a Konami game. But yeah, I seriously have no idea what it is. But tell me about the inside of that there. I mean, everything is so nice. You've got a nice area for the manual, because the manual doesn't move around. It stays in place. Now, one problem I've always found with the PAL ones is sometimes these manuals tend to slip out of that area. And they don't stay in. If they get folded or anything like that, they don't go in. But I much prefer these American cases. I think they're £1 or £1.50 out of a charity shop, that one. This one got sent to me by Pete Armour, more commonly known as On a Retro Tip. And I've not spoken to Pete for a very, very long time, but he sent me these with some other things as well. I think I've got one more game in here somewhere else as well, and I'm so pleased to have this one because it's one of my favourite games on the Wii, or favourite games in the series. This is Rhythm Paradise. And I've got Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise on the Wii, which is now an incredibly expensive game, but it's a 60 quid game, I think it is. It's been higher than that, I know. But yeah, I love rhythm games. I really do. And I'll show you inside. Really, really nice copy of this one. But yeah, I do love rhythm games, and I love this on the Wii. It's a great game. So I was really happy to have that one. Another hidden objective game. Mystery Stories, Curse of the Ancient Spirits. These are the sort of things that you do see quite a lot about. And like I said, this probably would have been one of these that came out of a bundle, which I got off eBay. Ta-da. I'll grab that one because it's quite similar. There's another one called Mystery Stories. Find the clues, solve the crime, unravel the mystery. You too could be Inspector Clouseau. Sort of, anyway. I know quite a few people love games like that. You know, Sean likes the old hidden object games. No idea what this is. Can't remember where I got this from. But this is Gogos Crazy Bones, which I think is quite cheap to pick up. Go Crazy. No idea what it is. Looks like it's a puzzle game though, so it's the sort of thing that I would sit down and have a go at. Challenging puzzles and 75 levels of fun. I would certainly do that. 30 of your favourite Gogos. I don't even know what a Gogo is. What's a Gogo? I thought that was a punk group, girls' punk group back in the 70s and 80s, you know, Belinda Carlisle, Jane Wheedling. But no, it's a cartoon. That's one. Why would I buy that? I don't know. Another one of these hidden case games, thrilling hidden object adventure, the mysterious case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You can work out which one's the one on the front. Quick look at the back. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got 4 games. I'll show you this one because I found the cartridge for it in the DS earlier, if you remember. I found that. There we go. This is Mario Kart DS. It's not bad actually, that one. Like I said, I've grown more accustomed to Mario Kart over the years now, and that's another one. This is actually, though, if you look at the back, and you might want to read it, it's the German copy. Because it says, Berette dich auf portabellen Rennspaß, wo immer du mochtest war. Which I have absolutely no idea what that means. But yeah, plays in English, and I say that came as part of the bundle I got off eBay, so got Mario Kart in there. I'm going to pick that up. Of course I am. This one I grabbed because I love the cartoon. Absolutely massive. One of the best short cartoons ever made. And they actually brought a DS game out about it, and it's not that bad. I've played this quite a bit, and this is Looney Tunes Duck Amuck. The original cartoon was basically a Daffy Duck cartoon, which had been drawn by Bugs Bunny, and he basically sabotages the cartoon, as they used to go through. But honestly, I think it's really good. I really did enjoy playing that. Again, that was a CEX cheapie, a couple of quid, I think it was at the time. Nice one, that one. A couple of games here. I have no idea where this has come from. Probably again out of a bundle. I wouldn't say anyone have bought this one. This is the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, which I appear to have. I know I've got this somewhere else. I'm sure I have. Not on the Wii. Not on the Wii. Yeah. I've never seen the film. Journey Back to Narnia. I think the first one was bad enough. So I'm not quite sure why I've got that one there anyway. A Lego game for you. This one I've got on across Sony Systems. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Getting this without a bundle. Do like the Lego games. I know they do split people down the middle. And just for the fun of it, Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventure, which I have on the Wii. And Lego Star Wars as well. Of course, Indiana Jones is quite topical at the moment with the new film, well, the last film out. But yeah, that came with a bundle as well, so happy to have that one. Another Mario game. This is Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, which I think was the Vancouver one. Well, Vancouver in 2010. It'd be interesting to see how that plays on a system like the DS. Because obviously the original Wii one was sort of like a nunchuck waggler. What have we got here? A game, again, I got on quite a few systems, placed on the original on the PC when it first came out. This is Brothers in Arms, DS. Again, not quite sure how something like that would play on such a small screen. But look, graphically, it doesn't look too bad. It says when you do with the stylus, so what does it say? Easy to use Nintendo DS stylus-based controls. Sounds like they're giving it some thought then. One of the great, not point-and-click adventures, what's the other one they call? Yeah, point-and-click adventure, isn't it? One of the great hidden object point-and-click type games, which people always talk about, is the Broken Sword series. So this is Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut, which I've also got on the Wii. I've got a couple of I've got one on the PlayStation 1 as well. I've never played a Broken Sword game. I know I've mentioned that before and people have been horrified, but so what? That's just how it is, I'm afraid. Based on the Brendan Fraser film. I can't remember who the female lead character was. That was Journey to the Centre of the Earth, which again would have come in a bundle. I've got no real interest in playing that one at all, to be honest. Don't know why, I just don't. This one I had to go at because I like music. I like music games. And I thought, well, I'll buy this because it was like, it's 50p or a quid in CEX. I mean, I'm not going to leave this behind because I'll get a couple of hours play out of it. I've played it probably for a couple of 3 hours when I first had it, and I haven't played it since then. Beat the intro. which has some very good renditions of original songs and some not very good ones as well. But you know, that's the sort of thing I like. You know, it's a bit of, you know, music based, which I'm quite enjoying. It'll just sort of tick the old brain cells over when I'm sat there falling asleep at night. This one I bought because I've got two of these games in the series on the Wii, and I thought, you know what, I've got to get this because I love them. It's an Atlas game, and it's a Trauma Centre Under the Knife. I had to have that on the side. I thought, I've got to get that because I love a fascinating interest in sort of medical television dramas. And I thought the idea of getting the Trauma Centre games was to recreate Holby City in my own gaming pantry. Maybe not, I don't know. And to couple that off, I bought this one again. This was the last game I bought for the DS a few months ago. Life Signs, which is very much like that. It's like a soap opera medical drama. So I got from, which I did get from Hidden Chest, ironically. I wish I could read what it says in there. As an ambitious young doctor, you handle serious emergencies, perform critical surgery, and also grapple with the sometimes all-too-human factor, power struggles among colleagues, drama involving patients and relationships. So basically, it's an entire episode of Casualty in a DS box. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have that. I think I paid about £4 for that. Might be the most I've paid for any of these. This one, I'm pretty sure, was a donation. I'm pretty sure it was a donation from my good mate Chris over at Bin Boot Sale Picking, who I used to talk to an awful lot. Not so much now because I just haven't. And but I don't comment the video, but I do watch. I do watch your videos, Chris. And you've done me some. You sent me some cool stuff over these. I'm pretty sure you sent me this one. It's Project Rub. And I thought I got that. I thought, oh, hello. Yeah, for weirdly, wonderfully in rub love. Can we say that? Okay. Rub, touch, shout and blow. We can say that then, okay, yeah. To perform madcap stunts and rescue your girl from danger. I'm not sure how this game would get away with it these days. I really don't. But it's a Sega game as well. Top right and top corner there, Sega. Ta-da! On Sonic Team as well, all people. I have. Did I play it or did I watch a video on YouTube? I can't quite remember. 2004. I'm not sure they get away with that now, but yeah, I like the fact it's there. I like the fact that I don't have to play it. This came out a bundle. Iron Man, based on the first film. I played the original. I played the demo on the PlayStation 3, wasn't very impressed with this game, so I'm not sure if that game is any better on the DS. Let me know in the comments, please. More hidden mysteries. This is the Salem Secrets Witch Trials of 1692. So again, something that I might go, oh, you know, I might play that because it's sort of historically based. A haunting tale with a wicked twist. Solve riddles and examine evidence in over 50 unique adventure scenes. But you know, you know, joking aside, I might get a couple of hours out of that. If you've got a DS, you have to own one of these games. Again, I'm not sure where I got this from. I certainly wouldn't have bought it on its own. And this is Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I never played a Layton game, so I don't know. But I thought, well, I've got to have one. I need to have one. So there is one in my collection. In the Curious Village of Saint Mystère. My pronunciation has gone down the pan. Another American case. This one I know has got a fake cover on it. I tried to scan this. I didn't say it's a fake cover, but it's definitely not right anyway. It's a Disney Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force game. So I've got a Club Penguin game on the Wii. I do like it. There's some silly little mini games on that one. I know it's not. It's not the done thing anymore. Club Penguin, very, very big at one time. From what I've read anyway, I don't know much about it. This was the other game I got at the charity. I showed the Winx game a short while ago. This was another game I got at the charity shop, exactly the same. It's American case, copy, cover. And this is Harry Potty? Yes, where it should be. It's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've got so many, if somebody hates Harry Potter, I've got quite a lot of Harry Potter games. There we go. But yeah, again, that's the American case. Definitely got the American cartridge. But I thought, do you know what? For £1.50, I'm not going to leave that behind. And get more cases in there. This was the game I got out of mentioned Pete Armour not long ago. This was the game he sent me as well. What a cracking game to be sent as a sort of a gift. And one game I got on the Wii, which is a fantastic game. You really do need to get a copy of this. Geometry Wars Galaxies, absolutely brilliant stuff. Shooter game, honestly, it's so much fun. Definitely worth picking up. Dirt cheap as well. It's not going to cost you much on either of those systems. I found the 3DS game, by the way. The 3DS game I've got, which we bought to test the 3DS with, it's Pilot Wings Resort, which is really good. And I played Pilot Wings on the original Super Nintendo. I've got Pilot Wings 64. I've got any more Pilot Wings game after that. I don't think there's many more, were there? I don't know, but anyways. But yeah, it's good fun, that one. I've never been tempted to buy any more 3DS games. I'm not quite sure why. Don't know. Just 6 to go. We're nearly there. Do they get any better? I'll let you know. You may want to know. This came at a Vintage Gamer. And they said, why are you buying that? And I said, well, because you're trying to get rid of it for 50p, so I'm not going to leave it behind. Of course, you wouldn't leave Hannah Montana behind for 50p, would you? Protect Hannah's secret. Interesting. It's a hidden object game. No. Oh, it's 50p. Why would I not pick that up? I don't know. I mean, I've got, if you're going to go all in, you get the crap sometimes. You can leave it on the shelf if you want to, but it's not so fun if you do that, is it? I mean, I was snobbish enough once to stir around and saying, I'm not buying Hannah Montana for the Wii. I don't care if it's 50p. And then went and bought them. Did ask for a brown paper bag at the same time. Disney tie-in, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Got a couple of Pirates of the Caribbean games on the PlayStation 2 and the Wii, funnily enough. There's always the Wii. Don't know much about this one in kind of bundles. Zoo Tycoon DS, again, probably a game I may have sat down and played many, many years ago. Create, control and touch, build and manage ultimate dream zoos. Oh, more than one, plural. Oh, okay. More than one zoo. You could have like a, Zoo Tycoon, couldn't you? You could have the corner of the market in zoos. This one I would got because it's a rhythm-based game and I do like this. This is Guitar Rock Tour, sort of thing I would pick up and play, which I did. I can't remember if it's any good or not though. This is from the illustrious game producer known as Gameloft. Explosive track list including recent hits and rock classics, Beat It, Girlfriend, Message in a Bottle, Rock You Like a Hurricane, In the Shadow. I have absolutely no idea if these are actually songs like I haven't played it. Or if I've played it, I can't remember. But again, I like those sort of things. To the show you now. Oh, we're going to finish on which one we're going to finish on, which is terrible. This one, no, we'll leave that one behind. Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Terrible film, terrible game, which I must have about 3 or 4 times. Why? I don't know. Is one game not enough? And the last game I'm going to show you, which is I've got on the Wii as well, to tie in with the rest of all this stuff. Actually, I must be honest with you, I don't mind it. I think it's fun. It's exactly what it is. It's just cheap, cheerful, and not particularly taxing. But you could put it on for an hour and you get your 50p's worth. This is the Guinness World Records video game. It's just some silly mini games. They're quite good. Some of them are quite good. Anyway, there you go. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? That's why I don't collect for it an awful lot. I think there's some good games in there. I don't think there's anything particularly outstanding. I mean, you got a couple of the what you would class heavy hit, Mario Kart's there, and there's Mario and Sonic. A couple of Lego games. There's a Sonic Dark Chronicles game. Yeah, and there's been amongst it's Peppa Pig and Hannah Montana, so there's a real mix of stuff in there. Have you played any of those? If you have, let me know. Particularly the good ones. And don't ask me to play these because I've got no way of connecting this up to the system and putting it on the television and doing it all that. But yeah, there's some. I think there's some decent games in there. There's some not very good ones. But anybody has a collection like that, that's what it is. I don't know where it's come from. It's not cost me a lot of money. I'm not gone out and spent hundreds of pounds on this. Like I said, I think that £4 on Life Signs was probably the most I paid for. I may have paid about £4 for Trauma Centre, maybe something like that. So I think I bought that off I bought that at one of the game shops. So I don't know what I paid for it, but I bought bundles. I bought the odd game, single title, 50p a quid, and I paid £4 for that Life Signs game. I'm not throwing money at it, and I don't particularly go after it. I did collect quite a lot during lockdown and things, but I've not really picked much up. A couple of games, I think, in the last 12 months, certainly, anyway. But yeah, so let me know if you played any of those and you recommend any in there. If there are any games that you'd like to recommend me to pick up and add to my collection and chuck some of the rubbish out, that might not be a bad idea either. And if you have enjoyed that, please do let me know. Leave a comment. You can do the bell subscription thing if you wish to. It's not essential, you don't have to. But it's appreciated if you do. And I'll be back again very soon with another sort of video. I don't know what I'll do next, probably. I know people are asking for the PlayStation 2 collection. That might take some time. I've encountered them all up. But, I've got to work out what's the least disruptive collection video I can do which hasn't been done yet. And I'm looking at some of them up there and thinking I'm going to move an awful lot of stuff out of the way to do that. So I don't know. Maybe, but if you do the PlayStation 2, it might be split into a number of parts. And they might be sporadic. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's been great to talk to you once again. I'll do so again soon. Until then, Retro Bear checking out. Bye for now.